What's going on, my peoples? I'm just here relaxing, man. On this Wednesday night, I got a day off tomorrow, so I'm just lounging, chilling. Just kicking it. So one of my subs, they're on the road right now, so they reached out to me and they asked me what is exactly what I do, like what I do in the food service. Can they work in food service and just bump the dock? And the answer is absolutely not. Well, it depends on who you work with and what type of contract you get and what y'all doing, because I know some food service companies, when they go to like them big hotels and stuff like that, they just using an electric jack and they just wheeling that stuff off the truck. But for the most part, the majority of food service, you guys have to use a ramp, you know what I'm saying? And you guys have to unload every single case, you know what I mean? Some routes consist of case anywhere from 600 to 1,300 cases a night, you know what I mean? And you gotta have the ability to work for a long period of time. We work long hours, man. We work really long hours, like today I started work at 12:50 and I didn't get off till what time I get off? I got off like 3 p.m. I had to use my I had to use my 16-hour today. 16-hour exception. Locally we get what you call a 16-hour rule, where one day out of the week we can go over our 14-hour and work up to 16 hours. In food service, you gotta have the ability to move around fast. You gotta lift stuff, carry stuff, pull, push, heavy items, you know what I mean? And you're going to be stooping down a lot. You're going to be kneeling a lot, bending and reaching and all that stuff. You know what I mean? You got to know how to maneuver. You got to know how to maneuver in tight kitchens, tight spots. Like I delivered to a restaurant the other day, maneuvering through this tight spot. This lady got this big pot of boiling water. She boiling some potatoes. And you know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to know how to deal with crowded environments. You know what I mean? You got to deal with like different type of smells in restaurant, different type of fumes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you got to dress accordingly in food service. You got to have the proper gear. Make sure you got some gloves. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got steel toe shoes. And make sure you have some shoes that when you run down that ramp, you're not going to just slip and slide and bust your ass. Because you will bust your ass down that ramp. But if you have the proper shoes, you can you'll be all right. You know what I mean? And you got to be able to work in the rain. You got to be able to work in the snow. You got to be able to work when it's hot as hell. You know what I'm saying? We work in all different type of conditions. We just got to get the job done. You know what I mean? And you got to be able to use like a pump jack. You know what I mean? You got to know how to use a hand truck. We use hand carts. I'm over there looking at my hand carts right now. You got to know how to use hand carts. And did I say pump jack? Yeah, pump jack, electric jack. Nowadays, OSHA wants you to get trained with electric jack so you can have the basic knowledge so you don't run nobody over. You gotta know how to use that. You gotta what else? What other type of equipment? You gotta know how to use the lift gate on the truck, which is not hard. That's if you need to use the lift gate. You gotta know how to operate that. You gotta you like constantly in food service, like most of the stuff that you're gonna be lifting is gonna be averaging over 30 pounds a case. With you're gonna be lifting like flour and sugar. Like most of the restaurants I do, I see that the flours is always 50 pounds. The sugar is always 50 pounds. The rice is always 50 pounds. And then you lift a lot of 610 cans. Those like the cans of pizza sauce and stuff like that. That's pretty heavy. We deal with the French fries, like restaurants. For some reason, these French fries come in this big ass case. And then another heavy item that we lift is potatoes. For some reason, that's pretty heavy. That's pretty much. Oh yeah, the meat. Oh yeah, if you guys over the road right now and you guys running reefer, if you ever pick up meat, like just imagine, just look at that meat that you guys pick up, especially if you ever pick up meat at Cargill. Just take a look at that meat and imagine running that meat on a hand truck all day. Like, I can put 4 meat on my hand truck. I keep on looking at my hand truck every time I talk about hand truck. I can put 4 cases of meat on my hand truck, and that can easily become 320 pounds. Because some of those boxes can easily add up to 80 pounds. You know what I mean? But the average weight of those boxes is like around, I see the average weight is, I see like around 65 to 69 pounds. You know what I mean? And in food service, you gotta come to work every day. You know what I mean? Like, they want people that's dependable. You know what I mean? You gotta learn how to manage your hours. You know what I mean? You gotta know that, like, say you could be getting off 4 o'clock, and like, you could be getting off at 4 p.m. and you gotta be back at work at 2 p.m. You know what I mean? So in this video, I'm kind of explaining what a food service driver is and gotta go through on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? And some food service company wants you to have a hazmat, but some don't. Like me, I got my doubles and triples because I got my hazmat, my doubles, and my triples because where I'm at right now, I used to pull doubles over here before I decided to go back on the street routes. You know what I mean? So that's a plus. And the reason I'm talking about food service, man, because this is one industry within the trucking industry that you can really make some good money. When I got off the road in 2013, I came to food service, or was it 2012? I keep on forgetting. And within 2 years, I was able to purchase a house. You know what I mean? So you can really make some money in food service. You know what I mean? But to be point blank, or to be honest with you guys, it is hard. Like, it's not easy. Like, just to be honest, like, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing and tell you guys that food service is easy, because it's not. It's nothing that you're going to bump a dock. You know what I mean? You're not going to make one delivery for the day. It's like, I have my days where I just want to quit, but I just keep on pushing. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be good for like young drivers that want to be home. Like, say you just got your CDL like 21, 22. You did the year over the road or whatever. Nowadays, you even got some food service company that only need you to work, like, have like 6 months experience. Like, it's not everybody that really cares about that year no more. So, to be point blank, it is hard, but it's very rewarding because they pay pretty good. And most food service company pays what you call incentive, meaning that some of them will pay you for the cases that you pull. They'll also pay you by the miles. They'll pay you by the stop. And they'll pay you like a daily pay. So they add that all up, and that'll be the pay that you get for the day. And while you have other food service company, they'll just pay you per hour. It doesn't matter. Like, they'll just pick a number and like pay you that per hour. You know what I mean? So whichever one you think is best. Like where I'm at now, we get paid like incentive, which I like very much, because the more cases I have, the more cases I have, the more commission I get. You know what I mean? I get like, in my particular job, I get 20 cents a case. I get 5 cents a case for safety. You know what I mean? I get 23 cents a mile, all of that and stuff. So like when you do the math, like I can make $300-400 easy for the day, because say for instance I got 1,000 case. Right off the bat, I got that 20 cents times 1,000. Right off the bat, that's $200 I make just for the case. And then when for safety, 5 cents, 5 times 1,000, that'd be $50 just for safety pay. So boom, that's $250 there, and then boom, they pay me for the stop. So when you add everything else in there, I can easily make $350 to $400 for the day. You know what I mean? What else am I leaving out? What else am I leaving out about food? So, okay. It's an important thing that you gotta know about food service, man, is you deal with a bunch of different customers, and like some customers tend to have like attitude problems, issues. You know what I mean? So you gotta deal with that. You know what I mean? And then also in food service, man, you gotta deal with some managers sometimes that never drove a truck and don't understand what we go through out here. You know what I mean? You gotta deal with them. You know what I mean? So that can be pretty challenging also. So my advice to you is that if you want to get off the road to come and do food service, like, do your research. It got to be a reason why. You can't just want to do this just to do it. But you could, but I mean, I wouldn't advise nobody to do it, like, just to do it. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have a plan, you know? I have a plan. Oh, man, you got to see that? It's almost my bedtime, man. Yeah, I'm just basically doing like a response video trying to explain more details, like what I do and what I think about what food service and Thai is like. I'm getting tired. You guys remember to subscribe to my channel, you know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, you know what I'm saying? Hit the bell. I'll talk to you guys on another video.